Wait, say that again.
You know how women say, whatever you did to get me, continue to do. Fuck that. Whoa. That is so one-sided. So the same thing with the chase. We gotta chase, right? Chase. Show so much interest. Do everything that we gotta do.
I might have to be on this podcast.
Just because that's what you want to do. But when we get you, now what do you do?
What do you mean when we
what
get
have you done? What have you done during that whole equation?
Those are the bitches that you've been with.
What have you done?
Better be careful.
But I'm saying though, what have you done in this whole time that I'm chasing you? What have you done?
I do the same thing that you do to me.
Most don't though.
We go out, we do stuff. I'm coming to your house. I'm chilling with you. I'm buying you stuff.
Might be you personally.
We doing stuff mutually.
But take it from somebody who's dated a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case. 9 times out of 10, you chase a female, you finally get her.
Mm-hmm.
What has she done for you?
All right.
What is the whole point of a relationship between two people when it's always one-sided?
Well, we're back, guys.
What's up?
It's our 3rd week.
Feel me? 3 in a row.
3 in a row.
We ain't missed a day yet. You know what I mean?
All right. We doing big things out here.
I'm digging it.
So, yeah, we filmed. We recorded last week, Savage Saturdays. You know, the views are still a little low. You know, it could be
we'll get there.
It could be a little high. I mean, they're in like 50s, 60s, something like that.
Consistency.
Okay.
Eventually the word get out. We're gonna piss somebody off one day. And they gonna send it to their friend like, do you listen to this asshole?
And this bitch on Saturday.
They just like, oh, fuck, God. So ratchet. Like, who thinks like that?
For real.
White people, that's how it happens.
Yeah, it's not always about the white people. Why gotta always make it about the white people?
Because it ain't never about us.
Anyway, we're back this week, guys. It's your girl, Dro.
And your boy, EJ, what up?
Hey.
Shout out to my number 1 hater, Paul. Pew.
Yo, we're fucking retarded. We're high as fuck right now, and we're about to fucking smoke again.
Works out well.
You know, it's life. We're living life.
I mean, listen, honestly, it's the best way to think. It's the best way to, you know, get your creativity juices going.
All the time. So, yeah, this week, what are we talking about, EJ?
Today's topic is a personal topic that I like. I'm going to just drop it on you straight, Dro. I don't think men should be chasing women as much as we do.
So, we're talking about chasing this week?
Chasing and being thirsty. Because, like, I feel like there's a difference between being chasing and be like chasing somebody and being thirsty and showing interest. I feel like it's 3 different things.
Yeah, so it's like, is you thirsty or not?
Yeah, word.
Okay.
Exactly. So, like, for example, what I wanted to ask you today was, do you want somebody that's going to chase you? And how does that person figure out the difference between chasing and being thirsty? Because most men, we don't know the difference between being chasing, like, are we chasing or are we being thirsty? We don't know the difference. Only y'all know the difference. So, like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer somebody be a little thirsty over you? Do you prefer them to chase you?
Well, first of all, it depends on my situation, like if I'm in a relationship or not. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, even if I'm in a relationship, I could be with someone that I'm just not feeling or, you know, whatever. And I'm just doing my little dirt on the side.
Absolutely.
So there's females out there like that as well.
There is.
But it definitely depends on the female situation and if she's in a relationship. And it depends if she's willing to cheat. Now, if she's not, and she knows this guy's interested in her, I guess it depends. As far as me, like, it would depend on how you look, first of all.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna lie, how you look, what I'm attracted to.
That's always the
first thing.
I don't mean to go sidebar on
right.
But because I have a woman's perspective, I need to know the truth. Like, are you gonna vouch for most women and say that looks really do matter?
Do looks matter to you?
I mean, no.
What do you mean no? So what do you like? Do you have a preference? Because if you don't have a preference, then that's a difference.
I have a preference, but at the same time, like, all right, here's a perfect example. You can have light eyes, but be a little ugly, and I'll still give you a shot.
What's light eyes?
Like, cause I really like light eyes. Like, I really enjoy light eyes. Like, it's something very sexy about light eyes.
What the fuck?
Like those light blue eyes or those light hazel eyes or those
All right,
like greenish gray eyes.
Let's make this for the record that EJ is Puerto Rican?
Absolutely.
All right, so his preference is, yeah, and I'm an African American woman, even though he likes to call me Caribbean.
Yeah, no, you're not black. You're Caribbean. Haiti is in the Caribbean. Dominican Republic in the Caribbean.
We're getting off that topic.
Right. Here's a pin. Here's a pin. We're gonna put a pin in it. We're gonna talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later. So yeah.
But no, yeah, like I like light eyes. You can be a little ugly. You know what I mean? Like, or you can be hilarious. Right. I find humor extremely sexy.
Right.
So like you could be a little ugly, but if you make me laugh, like gut laugh, like that real hard laugh, I'll let you touch it.
I mean, I guess I agree. I mean, I would say I have a type. I like.
Everybody has a type.
I like either my French vanilla.
Okay, you're right.
Or I like chocolate, like chocolate.
dark chocolate.
Just chocolate. Like I'm not really into. I mean, of course, if you're brown skin and you look good, yeah.
But you can't be ashy.
No. Because
I feel like that's the difference between like. I feel like that's the difference between when people say like I like chocolate as opposed to like I like dark skinned men.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's always the dude that just looked like he just like finished Vaseline in his whole face. It's always him. It's never the dusty regular regular smegular dude that just be in front of the corner store.
Regular smegular.
If
you go to first of all, if you go to the store, first of all, you never know your moment. That's number one. That's number one with being thirsty and chasing. You never know your moment. So if you go into the store around the corner and you know you live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of niggas, a lot of bitches in the fucking store, you need to look apart.
Okay, so
you need to look okay.
So
if you're gonna try to approach me and you got fucking ashy ankles and you fucking got drool in the corner of your mouth.
White shit.
Right. Baggy ass basketball shorts and a black shirt with fucking stains all over it. Nigga, no, I'm not gonna give you a chance. You really think I'm gonna fuck you? You really think I'm trying to fuck you? And you look like this right now.
Alright, so like if he's done up, if he on his GQ money, right? And he talks to you, that's chasing. Okay. But if he ugly and bummy and all this extra shit, that's thirsty.
That's not chasing.
Is that the difference?
First of all, thirsty. I don't think there's such a thing as being. As far as being thirsty, I think if you hit a bitch up, like if you're hitting me up, hey you, hey you, hey you, hey you, hey beautiful, hey you, and I'm not responding, nigga, that's being thirsty. Okay, that's being thirsty.
All right.
But
yeah, but y'all want consistency though.
No, that's not consistent. No.
I'm saying that you can't pick and choose. Like you.
But if she's not responding, what does that mean?
I mean, it could be.
But
just to play devil's advocate, okay. Y'all always say that men don't show no effort no more. They just want it. Okay, so if he messages you 70 times, he trying to tell you he want it.
Right, but she doesn't want it.
So answer back. Say
I guess.
Just a simple message. Be like, yo, I'm not interested. Bet I can leave you alone now.
I mean, but doesn't me not responding to you also mean I'm not interested?
Yeah, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if we're getting back into the topic of being thirsty and shit, I don't think thirsty has a meaning. That has been like made up for like us to, for me to post a nice picture. As far as social media is concerned, thirsty has been turned into something different, that you are putting yourself out there in a negative way. But as far as like, if we're talking about thirsty and chasing, as far as relationship wise, if it's trying to go somewhere, then it depends on the female situation. Again, it depends if I'm in a relationship or not. And if I'm not in a relationship, it depends if I'm attracted to you. And even if I'm not attracted to you, like, it depends. If you're chasing me enough.
Do you have money?
Huh?
Does that matter?
Why you gotta give me all of this?
Does that matter?
Do I have money or does the guy have money?
Does it matter? If you could tell the dude got money, like, does that make it easier to have him chase you? Like, if you could tell that he got money and he chasing you, it's gonna be easier for you.
Yeah, like if you take me out on 2 dates, let's just say you take me on 2 dates and you pay. I have money. Let's say the female has money. Not even talking about me. The female has money, and he takes her out, and at least 2 dates, and he's shown like like he at least brought not a whole bouquet of flowers, but a nice little something, nice little rose, nice little flower, some shit.
Yeah, I would say that. Hey, what love is that? My bad. It's on vibrate now.
No.
Alright, no, I can understand that.
Yeah, and now the third time we wanna go out or whatever, you don't got it or you're low on it, I'm gonna of course see that, he's made an effort, and I'm a pay the effort back. I'm a, take him out, do the whole 9 shabil that he did to me. And
so for you, you're saying it should be mutual.
It should always be mutual.
Good.
Why does it have to be one-sided?
Good.
Like, obviously, if this is some fucking 50 Shades of Grey bitch and the nigga is fucking Christian Grey, where that nigga got all the fucking money in the world and he just want to wine and dine your fucking ass, that is different. But, thirsty and chasing. Thirsty has been turned into something to make you look like you're just out putting yourself out there in a negative way. And chasing, in my opinion, is being mutual, or you chasing me. If you're chasing me a little too much, then I'm gonna let you know you got back off. But if it's not mutual, then and you're still chasing, I think it's a little bit too much. That's when it becomes thirsty and you're just doing too much.
Because the reason why I bring that up, the difference between chasing and being thirsty, is because I feel like a lot of women, I've seen a lot of women post these things and talk about these things, and they say that they don't like that men nowadays they're either approached by men that are extremely thirsty and just want to fuck and just want to be extra, or they're not approached by men that, like, the good guys
Are mature enough.
Right. All right, cool. The reason why is because a lot of men don't know what your definition of thirsty is, and we don't want to hit you up and look thirsty and be all this extra stuff.
Right.
So we kind of just let it go by, maybe make a little subtle hint here or there.
I get that.
But my problem with that whole aspect is, it's why does one side have to chase?
Mm-hmm.
That's been my biggest point in a lot of times. Why does one side have to chase? Because it's like, if it's supposed to be a mutual thing, I could show you a massive amount of interest, but I will not chase you at all. That, me personally, I will never chase anybody. I will show you a good amount of interest, but there is not a person in this world that'll make me chase him. Because at the end of the day, I know I'm gonna catch 2. So you're gonna have to figure it out for yourself as well. I feel like if you could mentally spar with me, then it's cool. But if I feel like I'm the only one here doing this, doing that, nah, we gonna have to go. I'm a smash and dash. All this effort that I'm putting in, I'm definitely just gonna fuck now.
It has to be mutual. And the same way how you have those emotions of, if I'm gonna chase you, basically I want you to chase me. I want you to show me why I should be chasing you.
Absolutely. Give me a reason.
Women have those same emotions. When you're chasing me and we're in that whole talking phase, and you don't know where it's going. Maybe y'all are talking for a little bit. Y'all been talking for a while. Y'all haven't had sex, or maybe y'all been talking for a while and y'all had sex. And you still don't know where it's going. You, as a female, you definitely still think that this guy is still talking to other females because y'all are nothing. Y'all are not really, going anywhere as far as, a relationship. You don't know where it's going. So you're still thinking, okay, I need to have him chase me because I need to be number one, because if he is chasing another girl, if there's 2 of you, in my opinion, there's always one that's more liked than the other. He always has a favorite. So she always has to give him a reason to chase her. If that means you hit me up and I respond and then I leave you on scene, I don't respond for a little bit, and you're like, yo, this bitch playing games. Like, let me go hit up or do,
Yeah.
Now you might not even be hitting up another girl. You might just be ignoring her because she's ignoring you. So that's that's the same thing. That's mutual chasing. So the same way how you feel, why do I gotta chase you? Why does it have to be one-sided? It's because females have those same thoughts that you're either chasing other girls and you're not really into her, and she has to always prove that there's a reason for you to chase her.
But it's 2019 though. Females are just as bad as men. Like the same way how you worry that I might be, talking to somebody else. Shit, I'll tell you right now, there hasn't been a female I've ever been with that I thought I was the only person she was talking to.
So do you think women are thirsty?
Absolutely. Y'all just thirsty in a different way.
Okay, how?
Alright, perfect example. A female being thirsty for a guy. Y'all mean as hell. That's a fact. Y'all be mean as hell to the people y'all like. I don't get it. Yo, like a guy will talk to you and he will tell you the most sweetest nothings in your ear. He try to sweep you off your feet, or he try to go the complete freak route and tell you what he gonna do to you when you get home. No, females are just mean. Y'all just fucking for no reason. No reason at all. Y'all either be all physical and like pinching and punching and doing all that extra shit. Like, yo, like nobody likes that shit, yo. Like, or you bite me a little too hard and you think you being cute, but that shit actually really fucking hurt. Like, yo, like, facts. You know what I'm saying?
Yo. Nah.
That or y'all make us think that we really something we not, and it's almost like to an insult to my intelligence in a way. Like not to bring it back down to like a serious note, but it's like I've been in situations where I'll talk to somebody, I'll throw little tidbits out sometimes just to see if you laugh at me, because I know what I said wasn't funny.
Right.
If you laughing just to laugh, or you always souping me up, doing a little too much, like telling me I'm this and telling me I'm that, when I know for a fact you don't know me long enough to say any of that shit that you saying.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all go to that quick thinking that men are emotional, and men use their feelings the same way y'all do.
Well, we don't think men are emotional. We think that men are just...
You want them to be.
Right. We want you guys to be emotional. We want you guys to tell us that, nah, like, I want it to just be me and you.
As men, when we're gonna react emotionally. You want us to react emotionally the way you want us to react.
Give me a scenario.
Like, you'll say something because you want to hear me say something.
Say what?
It could be anything. It could be anything. You could just say something because you want my response to be a certain something, and when my response isn't the certain something,
okay,
all of a sudden y'all just real thrown off, or you get a certain vibe, or I didn't like the way you answered that.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why?
I mean, to be honest,
if I'm answering something that you just asked me,
right?
Why do you have a preconceived notion of what my answer should be?
Well, it's just not the answer that she didn't hear.
It's not the answer she wanted. That's the problem.
No, it's right. The same thing. Like, it's not the answer that she didn't hear. Like, she didn't. You said something that she didn't want to hear. That like, it was like, no, she wanted it to go her way.
Exactly. Y'all do that when y'all thirsty. Y'all thirsty for that extra little bit from us that we not really trying to give yet.
You think the emotion? What do you mean, the emotional and the relationship part?
Yes.
Okay. I mean,
that's how you can tell a chick is thirsty or not. Like pretty much you trying for me to be your man right now. Like,
mm-hmm.
like you really trying. Like, if I'm not trying that hard, you shouldn't be trying that hard.
What do you mean by trying?
Like you just said, doing all that extra stuff, buying stuff and taking us out and all that extra shit.
Yeah.
Like, if we not doing that yet with you, don't start doing that. Because it's just going to show me you a little too thirsty, because females don't do that. Smart females don't do that.
I mean, I've heard of females doing that. I've never known a girl that, well, no, I do.
Pew, 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 pew.
We're so here. But,
it happens a lot more than you think. It happens a lot more than you think.
I need to get out there. I need to talk to some girls.
I'm telling you, like, if I tell you the type of women I've dealt with, it would shock the shit out of you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I told you about most of them.
Yeah.
And even when I tell you, you're like, what? I would show you proof. I would have to send you screenshots.
Yeah.
Like, yo, look, I'm not tripping. Like, look at this shit. But there are women that do a little too much right from gate. So.
Well, if a girl's doing that, then yeah. So then if a girl's doing that, then that means what? That you're not interested, right?
Yeah, I don't really like that shit.
All right.
I don't really like
Well, it
that.
could be the same aspect for a girl. If a dude is doing way too much, buying her shit, taking her out, ultimately taking her out.
But that's what y'all ask for, though.
No, I mean,
a lot of y'all always.
If
you see, like,
if she's asking for it and she's telling him no, but he's still trying, or like maybe she's went out with him a couple of times, then it's different. Like maybe she just appeasing him, but then I think that becomes something different because now you just leading the nigga on.
Exactly.
So yeah,
how do you expect us to? How do you expect the man? How do you expect the man to know the difference between y'all leading us on and us being thirsty and us chasing and showing interest? Like, yo, there's 15 different ways for you to take one scenario as a woman.
Right.
Swear to God.
I just got that.
You understand what I'm saying? Yo, because it's true. Let's put it to an example.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking you out to dinner. Okay?
All right.
You can split that 15 different ways. As a female, you will dissect that one dinner date. He taking me out.
After the dinner date?
During the dinner date, before the dinner date, after the dinner date. Y'all overthink on the regular. So
I mean, I don't agree with that.
Listen. You gonna tell me you about to go on a first date with somebody and you haven't thought of 15 different scenarios?
I mean, as far as what? Like, you trying to fuck her or something like that?
That's what I'm saying. You don't, like, as a female, like, what are you thinking about?
Are you not thinking about that as well?
Absolutely not.
You're not thinking about that.
No.
When you go on the first date with a girl, you're not thinking about, like...
You want to know what we thinking? And I got a guy here with me, so he can just hit the facts.
Don't even.
We're thinking about 3 things. Is she cute? Can she talk? And might I fuck?
Facts.
3 things, that's it.
The same thing I just said.
No, because there's females going, why is he taking me out? Does he have money to take me out? Why is he taking me here? Why is he taking me at this time? Why did he pick this place? Why is it like, is his car clean?
Well, you've been with some really nervous girls then, because I don't do that.
Well, there's a lot.
Like, no, if I'm going out with somebody, we going out. Okay, cool. We went out. Now, I dissect the date after.
Even after, I don't think we dissect that much.
So what do you think of after? Like, oh, all right, that was cool.
Yeah. It's either would I do it again?
So, okay. So I was just gonna ask, when you go home, are you texting her? Are you hitting her up?
I mean, probably, because y'all don't believe that whole, texting is illegal while driving. Like, that's a myth. It's not even a law to females. It's a myth, because let me tell you something. If I drop you off and you text me and I don't text you until I get home, you gonna be freaked the fuck out. Like, you're like, oh my god,
I'm in the car.
Oh my god.
I'm in the car.
Oh my god,
all right, I just passed the exit.
And he didn't fucking text me back, and like, I didn't even know if he got home yet. Like, how long does it take for him to get home? And like, yo, like, y'all have a heart attack in the 10 minutes that I didn't reply yet.
I'm sorry, you've been with
it's against the law.
You've been with some females who are very either paranoid or possessive.
Oh, that's a fact.
Because that does not sound healthy.
Matter of fact, that's a
you know
New York
why?
fact.
You know want to bring this back. Want to bring this back to why? Because of his type. He like them crazy ass, fucking light-eyed, fucking bitches.
Why they gotta be crazy though?
You just proved the fact that they're crazy. You've been
that's
with some
not my
possessive.
type. That's just how they end up being. Because none of them was crazy when I met them. Not one of them. Maybe I'm a horrible person at figuring out the signs, but not one of them was crazy when I met them. Mm-hmm. Because I tell you, all my friends will tell you the same thing. I am the type of person that right away, I'll be like, word, all right, cool, I'm good here. Like I'll be like, all right, fuck it, I'm straight. I'm good.
What does that mean?
Got me a little bitty.
What does that mean? All right, I'm cool here. I'm just there.
Like, yo, I don't like being single. Like, I don't give a fuck how to say it. Like, I like to just, like, be with, like, my woman. Like, I enjoy that. I don't like to go outside. I don't like to be doing too much. If I go outside, I want to be with my lady. Like, that's just how I am. So right away, if I get a little bitty that I like, facts, I'm good.
What
I'm about to do
bitty?
a female.
Why can't you say a female?
I'm high. You know your language changed when you.
I am done with you. Oh my god. Nah.
But not like realistically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a relationship type of person.
Okay.
Yeah. I think if people admit that about themselves, it'll really solve a lot of problems.
Right, yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, if this whole thirsty and chasing shit was just, like, out of the way and people just admit how they really feel and stop playing the game.
Like, I like to be in a relationship. Like,
all right.
I like the aspects of a relationship. When I'm single, I wild too much to fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
I get myself in situations that I wouldn't have got myself in if I was at home chilling with my girl. Like, it's a fact though. Like it go. I mean, granted, it all goes back to like, you know, how I grew up and what I did when I was young. Like, you know, but at the same time, like, if I'm at a point in my life where I know for a fact that there is nothing outside for me anymore, then if I can find somebody to lay up with, I'm good. And then if it builds from there, I'm straight. I'm even better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's why, like, me and my girl are solid. Because it started off, we was just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just look. Like,
shit. Like, all right, longest
happy relationship. Yeah, longest happy relationship I've been in. You feel me? Like,
I understand why he's like, all right, I got a little bitty.
Yeah, now you get it. Like, all right, now I got a little bitty. Like, oh, God.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, well. So then your purpose for chasing and stuff is to actually be in a relationship.
Yeah. That's why I get frustrated when people want you to chase so much, because it's like, I'm not thinking about now or 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now. I'm thinking so far ahead, but I'm cool about thinking it. I'm not ODing on you, like giving you every thought that's in my brain and freaking you out. But like, I like to make my moves calculated. I like to think about what I'm doing. So it's like, if I know for a fact that I could be with you for a good amount of time, or it could go lengthy, like I see qualities in you that a lot of people overlook when they first start talking to somebody. I don't give a fuck about how you look. Eventually that shit all gonna get saggy and old. I don't give a fuck like what you wear. Like, I'm gonna wake up to you with your head all fucked up.
Yeah, like I'm not
bad
into
breath. Like, I know I'm gonna be waking up to like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's natural.
Exactly.
I'm talking about as far as like, you're gonna have some type of attractiveness that I like to you.
That's for damn.
So like, you know,
I put that attraction and that sexuality and all that extra shit, I put that so far behind everything else. Even though, like, as a man, it's that as a man, the way I see it, it's obvious.
What do you mean it's obvious?
Certain men are just more logical and claim to common sense more. Just you know, that's just scientifically. Like, a man doesn't think the same way a female thinks.
Right.
Men think more logical and just common sense and just plain black and white. Females think a little bit more, you know, dig into it more than we do. So because I'm like that, I'm like, all right, cool. Look, obviously you're cute. Obviously you're attractive. I'm not the only person that's finding you attractive. Alright, whatever. I try to talk to you. Oh, okay, you can hold the conversation. You're not a complete dumbass. Alright. Put that on the side. Now when I start asking you questions and I'm like just like trying to figure you the fuck out, that's just because I'm trying to see if like you're somebody that I could sit next to in silence and not feel weird. That you sit next to me just doing nothing.
Yes.
Because like there's a lot of times where y'all just doing shit.
Right.
Alright, cool. Like, I need that person. I don't need all this extra shit that'll go away eventually. Can I sit with you in silence? Alright, bet. Like, you don't your vibe just doesn't fucking annoy me, just you sitting there.
Right.
Alright, bet we can talk.
Like, we good.
Same thing, like, that's why I hate when like females that ask you a question like, baby, you really think I'm pretty? Obviously, I'm not about to tell you ugly dummy. Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, that shit is mad frustrating. Like, baby, you're not gonna leave me, right? No, bitch, I'm here. Like, the fuck you mean? No, you know I'm not gonna leave you. Like, we was just laughing. Where did you get me leaving you from? You did this in my dream. Bitch, that's in your dream. Like, take that up with dream me. Don't bring it over here. I'm over here rubbing your feet. Like, the fuck?
The fuck?
Yo, y'all don't understand how frustrating that is, yo. Y'all really don't get how frustrating those questions are. Those obvious questions.
Well, we still like reassurance. Don't you like reassurance?
No, you want to know what my reassurance is?
What?
You still have your mouth on my penis. Like, if you still have your mouth on my penis a couple years from now, that's my reassurance that you still fuck with me. Like, that's all I need to know, that you fuck with me. Because I don't care. I know how I look. I know you go outside nowadays on a hot summer day and just get wet walking home. Because you see people jogging with their shirts off and just sweat dribbling all down their body, trying to look like a fucking Nike commercial. Meanwhile, I got a dad bod at home, smell like weed. Like, sometimes it don't really get the job done. But y'all still fuck us, so that's alright, cool. That's my reassurance. There's plenty of times that men give you reassurance and that shit, you don't even know it. You don't even know it. It just right past your head. You get dressed, walking outside, you be in your pajamas and shit like, damn, girl, what's like sexy ass. And that shit go right over their head. But then the same day later on, she bummy as hell in the car, going to get McDonald's, and she gonna look at you like, man, you really love me even if I look like this? Did I not tell you 30 minutes ago what's up sexy when I first saw you like that? We talk, y'all just don't listen.
Yeah. That's not all of us.
I said it.
First of all, the fucking all. First, what the fuck did I say?
That's it. You got nothing to say to that because it's true.
It's not fucking true. I'm not like that. I'm like that.
Oh my god.
Yo, stop.
It's great.
Nah, because now you have... No. We're not like that. Not all of us.
Well, majority. Right.
The fucking light-eyed bitch you be with are like that. Them crazy-ass bitches. I'm not crazy like that.
But you know why I fuck with my girl so much? Because, like, yeah, she is, like, a little crazy, a little bit emotional, a little extra, you know what I mean? All y'all are, though. In your own way. Like, every female I've ever met in my life is extra in their own way. She's extra in a way that I can deal with. That's, like, literally the best way I could put it.
Well, then that would
like, it don't bother me as much as, like, somebody's other extra used to fucking grind my gears. Like, her, I'll be mad, like, 20 minutes tops. Then she'll do or say some shit that'll just be like, stupid, come here. It works out, you know?
I guess so.
But that's because she chased too. She did that shit. Like,
right.
I chased, she chased. It's always been a back and forth with me and her. Like, always trying to one up each other. But that I guess that builds a good relationship.
Exactly, because she wasn't extra in the beginning. She didn't like question your every move, like, you know.
She ain't know she liked me that much until she saw me dancing with another bitch. She told me that too.
Oh my god.
Cause she gave me so much shit over it, and I'm like, yo, hold up. We said we was talking, taking it slow, doing all that stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Now you see me shit. Well, I didn't realize I liked you that much. I was like, oh, okay. Kind of turned me on a little bit. I was like, oh shit, all right, that's how you coming? Straightforward like that. You want the kid like that? Oh, all right. Stroke my ego. I don't got a problem with it.
Oh, you like touching this shit?
Hell yeah,
like, oh,
shit. Yeah, that that shit got me excited. I remember that shit. This is a good topic today.
Yo,
if you don't subscribe, you know what you're missing on, boy. Let me tell you.
but yeah, so I think that thirsty and chasing. I think it has to be mutual. I guess.
Yeah.
It definitely has to be mutual. Like you can't be
I feel like
if
everything
everybody was dating how you were, then I've never dated before. Like I don't date. Like I don't know what dating is. Like I've never been with like I don't even know. I don't know what dating is. Like I don't even know how to ask about what dating is, because it's like, do you date different guys? Like, do you sleep with different guys? Like I don't know what dating is.
That's crazy. That's actually kind of crazy because I've dated a lot.
Yeah, I've been with my daughter's father for a very long time, and been with this one, and in between me not being with him, it was only probably a couple of months, like maybe a year.
Yeah.
But I don't know what dating is. Like when I was with him was when I was doing all that dirt, all the crazy shit, like sleeping with a bunch of different guys, like stuff like that.
Yeah, that's more just sneaking back. That's not really dating.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know what dating is.
You don't know what dating is? Dating is getting to know a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
Yeah.
And having some experiences, some memories with just a lot of different people. I mean, sometimes it sucks because I can understand why women don't
like it because of how it makes them be labeled.
Not necessarily makes them be labeled. It's more like emotionally I can't really handle too much letdowns.
Yeah, I mean,
men kind of take it in stride. I'm like, all right, that didn't work out.
Yeah, I mean that's why I guess when you asked me last week how many times I've been turned down, like none. Like I could count how many. So I would agree, but
because like we take it more in stride. She's like, all right, cool, that one didn't work out. On to the next one. You know what I mean? Like for men, it just gets to a point where you can either take it as learning experience, or you can just continue to frustrate yourself.
And then be like, that didn't work out. Like, why didn't it work out? It was my fault. Like, what the fuck? Like, shit like that.
Instead, like, I really take it as more just on the sense of like, all right, cool, this is what I learned in this relationship.
Yeah. On
to the next one. And then I kind of just like, when I'm in that talking phase with that next person, I'm asking questions based on everything that I've been through already. And so now that I'm at an older age, like it's easier for me to find what I want because now I know what the questions to ask.
Yeah, like honestly, I would prefer to be this age.
Yeah.
Like when I didn't like being a teenager.
My 20s were shit.
I hated it.
My 20s were fucking. I mean, granted, let me take that back real quick because I had my daughter when I was 22.
Yeah, me too. I had my daughter when I was 20.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, right. Sorry. I had my daughter when I was 22, and I want to say my dating life in my 20s were god awful.
Yeah.
Especially my early 20s. Like, granted, I just turned 30, so I can't really talk too much about my 30s, but I can reflect on my 20s right now. So like my late 20s, more stable, more. Well, I mean. Which was crazy because my late 20s is when I had probably the worst thing that could ever happen to me. Like my accident. So like I had everything set up good, and everything was going good. Got into the accident, everything got stripped away. Now I had to rebuild. Yeah. And I really didn't take the time off dating while rebuilding. I kind of just kept it real with everybody, and I was like, look, this is my situation. Right. If you want to fuck with me, we can fuck with me. If not, I understand. I ain't nowhere near where I should be, but I'm getting there. But
what do you think about that? Do you think that guys should be dating? Because I've heard from a few guys that they don't like talking to girls while they don't have money and shit like that. Because
I prefer it.
Like how can you flaunt to a bitch if you don't got money and shit?
I feel like that's better. You weed out who's really with you when you don't have it.
Yeah. And I think like that. As far as like, damn, like, do I want to be the bitch that leave him when he's down and out? Like, do I stick through it? Like, I've gone through those thoughts. Like, should I up and leave? Like, this is not my problem. He did this. Like, advice from friends, family. Even though you shouldn't be getting advice from friends and family, but you still need people to.
You always gonna try and
feel that, get that energy out. You want advice. You want to try to fix your shit. So it's like
It's understandable. Like shit like that is understandable. But as a man, for me, I've realized because I've had it where I've experienced where I had the money and I had everything that you can kind of flaunt.
Mm-hmm.
To then having absolutely none of it. Like right before when I got in my accident, I had my own car.
Mm-hmm.
I had my own place. I was making a comma a week, clean, and my bills were cheap. So I had my daughter every other weekend. I was good. Everything was Gucci. So to have all that, and then have it just stripped all the way from you, and you still got those amount of bills that you was making money when you was making money. Those bill numbers don't change. Like even though I could have afforded it then, shit.
And they don't care that you don't got the money.
Exactly. So it's like having to go through that and still dating. I've learned a lot. Like I've learned that the type of women that you attract and the type of women that you necessarily deal with or surround yourself with or around when you have money and certain things, they're not not really the women for you. It's always the female that you meet when you really ain't got shit to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Because then that person really fucks with you.
Yep.
Because what are you offering them that they gonna fuck with you other than what? Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, just them.
This is just me.
It's just me. Like this is all I can offer you right now. Me.
Yep. You
so
out here, you not.
I used to have a little phrase back in the day. All I could give you is when I was dating at that time, I used to tell her all I could give you is good dick and conversation.
Oh my gosh.
We can go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I had my car. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to hang out somewhere. I know some people think hanging out in the car isn't a date. That's why I used to love dating women who smoked, because I could always be like, yo, you smoke? Yeah? Alright, I'm gonna pull up. We smoking the whip, and my favorite thing was to talk to people while we smoke, because you really get the real out of them. So it's like, I used to love doing that dating, and it helped me weed out a lot of people. And if you didn't smoke, I didn't talk to you.
Yeah.
Because I felt like you really just gonna put up a front anyway.
Well, then that goes back to being thirsty and chasing.
That's why I don't like it.
So,
fuck out of here with you.
So I guess we both don't like the whole thirsty and chasing thing, because I want to date. I would love to get to know people and shit like that.
Problem is you can't get attached. You can't get emotional.
Exactly.
You gotta always dig that line. See, I would always figure the line out. I would ask questions, but I know what questions to ask. So it's like I'll ask you a question about your past relationship that I would know if you bullshitting or not.
Yeah.
One day I'll just point out the blue, yo, your exes ever tell you that you piss them off sometimes? It's a real question though. You would look at me and probably laugh, and I'd be like, yo, nah, I'm dead ass. Do have all your exes told you that you piss them off? And depending on your answer, I would know more or less. Alright, so you just a headache. Because if you gonna tell me each and every nigga you've been with done pissed you off, that you done pissed them off, they the problem? It's like math. What's the common denominator in all that situation? You.
Well, then we going back to the beginning. You be with some crazy bitches.
But that's just anything though. Cause think about it. If your man asks you, have you pissed off all your boyfriends, and you got 5 boyfriends, and you know for a fact that you pissed off each and every one of them, then at least if I'm asking,
off in which way?
In any way, do you piss me off?
Piss you off?
Got me mad as hell.
And how did I get you mad as hell?
You don't even gotta be a reason. I just want to know, have you ever done it? For any reason. Have you ever pissed your man off? Where you looked at him and you knew damn, I pissed him off.
Like in a jokingly way?
No,
Being
like he
serious?
really mad. Like he really mad at you.
Well, I guess it depends on the situation, but
Sometimes, like 9 times out of 10, what I've experienced, because
mhm.
I've had to break it down. Like, do your exes, like, if you pissed off your exes, just in any way, shape, or form, was there ever a moment that you looked at your man and you knew for a fact he was mad as hell? And
I mean,
all of them always said at least at least more than. Matter of fact, all of them said yeah. All of them. I knew.
So then I think
you just headaches.
I think
you just
this-
a headache.
yeah, I think this goes to a topic as far as like cheating and being disloyal and stuff like that, because like as far if we're talking about dating, like if you're in a relationship and if you're not doing no dirt and shit like that, and if you're being up and honest, like if you're cheating and you get caught, or if you're doing sneaky shit like financially, you know, stealing money or some crazy shit like that, or you know, just lying and niggas find out, like some dirty John shit, that's when it becomes a problem. But I don't think, if we're going back to the whole dating scenario and shit like that, it has to be upfront, mutual. Everything just needs to be the same. Like, if you want me to chase, if I feel like you're chasing me enough, I'm going to chase you enough.
That's what it should be.
It should be like that. It should always be like that. But if you're not up and honest, then
It's like every topic so far. Meet me in the
being
middle
up
and keep it
being
real.
up
Like,
and honest, like, you know, I kind of feel like being on Facebook today, like the conversation that we have, and I posted up about that shit about my picture. A lot of people are being up and honest about themselves. Like, I feel like people that are older too, like
that's what it is.
people that are understanding shit. You know, you understanding and you're actually breaking down the situation and you're looking at it and you're being like, yo, should I really be upset about that? That's something to be upset about. And talking it out, stuff
I don't
like
think
that.
it's some. I think a lot of people just get upset about shit that they. I think they allow themselves to get upset about shit that they shouldn't get upset about.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Like, I
it's
agree
like
with you,
more of like, you know, like I have to sometimes sit back at myself or like write to myself, like, am I being too petty about this? Am I being too mad about this?
Like, is it too much?
Is it too much? You know?
Word. Yeah.
So I think that's for a different topic.
Yes.
But I like this topic. This thirsty or not topic.
This
It was
good.
light. It
This
was
was
light. It was lit.
It was lit. It was light.
Light.
It was good. This is good.
Silly. I'm high as fuck.
That's always a good thing.
It's always a lit thing.
But make sure y'all click that subscribe button on the bottom.
Facts.
Send us any tips, questions, comments, praises,
anything.
topics,
We just want to
anything.
say hi.
Word
say hi.
up.
We want to get to know y'all.
Right,
We're putting ourselves out there.
We'll email back.
You know.
But the email is savagesaturdays@gmail.com.
Savage
Follow me on IG, NyQuil in the Flesh.
Hey, and you can follow me at gotta_love_dro. That's JRO. Don't you love that shit?
That is I like that
I love it. But we'll see. We'll see you guys next week. We'll be back next week, guys. With another topic.
Episode 3 closing out. You feel me?
It was fun. It was very fun. A lot of laughs.
Always a good time.
Always.
Peace out, peoples.
We out.